Welcome back. So this next silent killer of productivity might surprise you. It's multitasking. Now, don't get me wrong. In many instances, multitasking is a must in today's environment. And when I use the term multitasking, all I mean is just doing more than one thing at a time. But first, you've got to understand that we don't truly perform tasks in parallel. Multitasking is actually multi-switching. Your brain's actually switching from one task to the next and back again. This can happen rather quickly, and it may even go so fast that you don't even consciously notice it. But because your brain is switching back and forth, that switching does come at a mental cost. We're only able to actually focus deeply on one task at a time. In fact, according to one researcher, instead of making you more productive, multitasking can actually double the amount of time it takes you to complete a specific task, while also potentially doubling your mistakes. That's a pretty significant mental cost. And to make matters worse, when you get distracted, it takes you almost 15 minutes on average to get fully back in the flow. Roughly half of our daily interruptions are self-inflicted. This is why in future lectures, I'm going to be talking about modifying our work environment and setting ourselves up to minimize distraction. Now, for important tasks, which are those tasks that require your full focus and attention, those projects that require problem solving, creativity, it's critical that you focus 100% on one thing at a time and segment out a specific time block where you're only focusing on that critical task in order to produce your best work and get that work done in the shortest period of time. Now, these time blocks are incredibly important for maximizing your productivity and for getting your best results. You've got to turn that phone off, shut off your email alerts, and put everything else aside. And just by focusing on your most important task first, by blocking off that time specifically where all you focus on is that critical task, you'll see huge results. Now, you can experiment with the length of time block that works best for you. Me personally, I find that I can focus for about 60 minutes at a time in most cases before I start to reach that path of diminishing returns. For some people that may be 45 minutes. For some it may be 25. We're going to talk more specifically about how you do this in later lectures. But for right now, I just want you to understand that if you think you're great at multitasking, you're not. Now, if you're doing some really easy, mindless type activities, sure, you can do two things at once, but items that really require your best effort, that really require your focus, your creativity, you've got to set aside time and focus on one task at a time.